Assalamualaikum everyone. On behalf of Radiology Department, Faisalabad Medical University, I would like to welcome you all to the online journal club. Before proceeding, I would like to recite some verses from Holy Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد Sadaqallahul Azim. This online journal club is being organized by Professor Dr. Asim Shokat, Vice President RSP, and Dr. Amna Rehan, President BIRSP. Before we proceed to the presenter, let me give mic to Professor Dr. Khaja Khurshid, Head of the Department and ex-President of RSP for inaugural remarks. Sir, please over to you for inaugural remarks.
Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to everyone. On behalf of RSP, BIRSP and Radiology Department, Faisalabad Medical University, I warmly welcome to all participants, members, residents and consultants to today's Journal Club. Our topic today is the role of artificial intelligence in diagnostic radiology. I think it is a highly relevant and timely topic to discuss, a topic that bridges technology with clinical expertise. I look forward to an engaging, thought-provoking, and balanced discussion combining academic learning and practical experience. So I invite our speaker, Dr. Anam Saeed. Please proceed, Dr. Anam.
Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Anam Saeed, final year PGR from Department of Radiology and Medical Imaging, Faisalabad Medical University. Today, I will be presenting an article titled The Role of Artificial Intelligence in Diagnostic Radiology. This article was published in Curious Journal in 2024. Every day as radiologists, we interpret hundreds of images under time pressure. This raises a very important question. Can artificial intelligence assist us in improving accuracy and efficiency in future? So we will discuss and explore the role of AI in radiology. The outline of my presentation will be background and rationale, then objectives of the study, methodology, then results, examples from the study, review of the related literature, and further advantages and limitations of AI. The background of this article is that the radiology is facing increasing workload worldwide due to population growth, expanded imaging indications, and screening programs. At the same time, there is shortage of trained radiologists in many regions. Another challenge we face is inter-observer variability exists in image interpretation. That is, different radiologists interpret the same image differently. So there is a need for faster and consistent diagnostic tools. Artificial intelligence emerging as a solution. These challenges have created interest in artificial intelligence as a potential tool to support radiologists and improve our diagnostic efficiency. Why AI in radiology? AI can analyze large volumes of images quickly, it does not suffer from human fatigue, so it reduces human fatigue related errors, and it also improves workflow efficiency, and it assists in early detection of the disease as well. So artificial intelligence acts as a decision support system. It assists with detection, prioritization, and quality improvement. What is AI in radiology? Basically, AI is the use of algorithms. These technologies are applied for tasks like disease detection, image classification, segmentation, and image enhancement. Common technologies that we use in AI was machine learning, deep learning, convolutional neural networks, CNNs. CNNs are basically the type of the deep learning algorithms that are specially designed to analyze the images by recognizing the visual patterns. And it is also helps in workflow optimization as well. The primary aim of this study is to evaluate the diagnostic accuracy of artificial intelligence in radiology, strengths and limitations of AI, the future potential of AI, with a special focus on ChatGPT 4 version image interpretation. And there is also the primary aim of this study is to compare the artificial intelligence with the comparison of radiologist diagnosis. The study design used in this article was systemic review combined with the experimental evaluation. The authors followed the guidelines of PRISMA. PRISMA is the preferred reporting items, systemic analysis and meta-analysis. And this article was used, the studies reviewed in 2018 and 2024. Multiple databases were searched, including the PubMed, Google Scholar, Curious Journal, and National Library of Medicine. The materials and methods used in this study was they used 50 X-ray images. These X-rays were provided to the ChatGPT, and then their results or findings were compared with the radiologist. Out of 50 X-rays, there were 25 chest X-rays and 25 skeletal X-rays. Same structure prompt was given to AI, that is to describe image and to provide a definitive diagnosis. The AI model used in this article was ChatGPT 4 version. There is a comparison of chest X-ray versus skeletal X-ray. This is the X-ray of the hand in which you can appreciate there is the fracture of the fifth metacarpal bone, which is a subtle cortical break, non-displaced fracture. Another modality or image used in this study was chest X-ray. This is the X-ray chest PA view in which you can appreciate there is bilateral pleural effusions with associated atelectasis and airspace opacification, predominantly involving the lower zones. And there's also cardiomegaly in this X-ray as well. The scoring system was designed to use to evaluate the AI's performance. That is, if it correctly diagnosed the case, then the score 1 was given. If it was partially correct, then score 0.5. Partially correct means it has given the correct abnormality but wrong specificity. It gives the multiple differential diagnosis where only one was correct. And the score 0 was given if it had it diagnosed incorrectly. These are the overall results in the tabular form in which there is evaluation of correct answers provided by the ChatGPT. Out of 25 skeletal X-rays, 8 were correctly diagnosed, so the score 1 was given. 10 were partially correct, so score 0.5 was given, and 7 had incorrect diagnosis, so score 0 was given. The average score in skeletal imaging was 0.52, and so the total score is 13 out of 25 in skeletal imaging. However, in chest imaging, the score 1 was given to the 14 chest X-ray images, so the score 1 was given, and 7 were partially correct, and 4 had incorrect diagnosis. So the average score is 0.7, and the total score was 17.5 out of 25 in chest X-ray images. So if we evaluate the overall score, it is out of 50 X-rays, 22 were had correct diagnosis, 17 were partially correct, and 11 had incorrect diagnosis. So the total score was 30.5 out of 50. Regarding the interpretation of the results, we have concluded that AI performed better in chest imaging. However, it has lower accuracy in skeletal imaging. So, and it might be difficulty in detecting microfractures and subtle cortical breaks, and there is a large proportion of partially correct diagnosis as well. AI suggests multiple differential diagnoses rather than a simple definitive diagnosis. So we can say that it is useful, but it had incomplete diagnostic information. This pattern shows that AI may be particularly useful as a second reader rather than a primary diagnostic tool. In the first example that is presented in the article was the non-displaced fracture of the fifth metacarpal bone. The radiologist correctly identified the fracture. However, ChatGPT failed to make the diagnosis and suggested multiple possibilities, including the normal findings as well. So this demonstrates the key limitation of AI in detecting subtle skeletal abnormalities. However, in the second example, which involved a chest X-ray with bilateral pleural effusions in cardiomegaly, the AI correctly identified the cardiomegaly but confused with the pleural effusion and with the pneumonia. So this highlights the difficulty in AI has in distinguishing between radiographic patterns with overlapping features. This article also include the review of other studies that were done in 2018 and 2024. As the article we have seen in 2018, that was AI in the chest radiograph diagnosis. The deep learning algorithm performed on par with radiologists in diagnosing chest conditions, showing potential to reduce diagnostic errors and handle large volumes. Another study in 2018, AI in the lung nodule classification, deep learning successfully classified lung nodules into benign, primary lung cancer, and metastatic cancer, demonstrating AI's potential to enhance lung cancer diagnosis. In 2019, AI in image quality enhancement, it also significantly improved CT and MR image quality by reducing noise, enhancing clarity, and preserving diagnostic accuracy. AI in Alzheimer's disease prediction, CNN's convolutional neural networks predict Alzheimer's progression from mild cognitive impairment. So it also shows promise in early diagnosis and intervention for Alzheimer's through advanced MRI analysis. Another study in 2023, ChatGPT period for radiological image analysis, GPT-4 period can potentially improve diagnostic accuracy and efficiency, particularly in the image analysis, though data bias and training limitations need to be addressed. The role of artificial intelligence in medical imaging research as well. The study underscores the capabilities and potential of AI, especially machine learning and deep learning. It identified intricate patterns in medical images which can facilitate the early diagnosis of diseases like cancer. In 2018, artificial intelligence in imaging, the radiologist's role. So there are a lot of articles on this artificial intelligence. This study also emphasizes the significance of incorporating AI into the current workflows to strengthen the role of radiologists instead of substituting them. It also addresses concerns regarding patient privacy, data security, and potential biases present in AI algorithms. Diagnostic accuracy of deep learning in medical imaging, it is also systemic review and meta-analysis. So from this article, we conclude a lot of advantages of AI. AI helps in fast image processing. It has enhanced image quality, and it is also time and cost efficient. It also helps in improved workflow efficiency by automatic repetitive tasks and reduces reporting turnaround time that we mostly face in our government setups. And it also had reduction in diagnostic errors by minimizing human errors due to fatigue, high workload. So it acts as a safety net. AI can help reduce false negatives, especially in busy emergency settings. AI can also help us in early disease detection, detect subtle changes before clinical symptoms. It is also helpful in cancer screening, diagnosing lung nodules, and multiple neurodegenerative diseases as well. It also helps in standardization of reporting, that it provides consistent interpretation, it reduces inter-observer variability, that is different radiologists report differently on the same image according to his or her experience. So it improves uniformity across institutions. This is particularly useful in training centers with mixed experience level doctors are present. AI also helps in triage and prioritization of critical cases. That is, it can flag urgent findings that we have faced in our daily routine, intracranial hemorrhage, pulmonary embolism, and pneumothorax, which need to be reported urgently. So it also helps in improves emergency care response time. AI helps ensure that critical cases are not delayed in reporting queues. AI acts as a second reader function. It confirms radiologist findings, and at the same time, it reduces oversight of certain abnormalities. It increases diagnostic confidence in a radiologist. So AI act as a second reader is currently one of its most practical uses nowadays. So artificial intelligence does not replace radiologists, but it enhances efficiency, consistency, and diagnostic confidence. So ultimately improving the patient care. As we have a lot of advantages of AI, we have limitations of AI as well. That is, AI may detect an abnormality but fail to provide a definitive diagnosis. Often it generates multiple differential diagnoses. So this reduces clinical usefulness without radiologist confirmation. It had difficulty in detecting microfractures, early cortical breaks. It can miss the minimal pleural effusions, and it is especially problematic in skeletal imaging. AI is also algorithmic biased because AI trained on non-representative data sets and it works on certain populations only. So it leads to reduced accuracy in different ethnic groups and it had high false positive and false negative rates as well. There's also an over-reliance risk on AI. Excessive trust in AI may lead to the incorrect diagnosis. So it should be kept in mind that AI should assist, not replace critical thinking. AI also had lack of clinical context, data privacy and security concerns are also there. It cannot replace human judgment. AI lacks experience-based intuition, ethical reasoning, and cannot handle complex or atypical cases. AI cannot replace the clinical reasoning of our trained radiologists. While artificial intelligence offers promising support in radiology, its limitations highlight the indispensable role of human expertise in clinical judgment. In future, the AI may have improved AI models with better training. We can integrate them into our PACS and workflow. It acts as a second reader standard. And in future, it is also very helpful in screening programs. So the final conclusion of this article that we exclude from this, that artificial intelligence demonstrates moderate diagnostic accuracy in radiology. Its performance is far better in chest imaging than skeletal imaging. And AI frequently provides partially correct diagnosis. So it's highlighting its role as a support tool, not a primary diagnostic tool. Current AI systems cannot replace radiologists due to limitations in specificity and clinical reasoning. However, the future of radiology lies in collaboration between AI and radiologists. So I will conclude my presentation on this very meaningful quote that artificial intelligence will not replace radiologists, but radiologists who effectively use artificial intelligence will shape the future of imaging. Thank you. Any
Very
questions?
good. What about doctors, Anam? What about the errors and ethical problems? Who is responsible? AI or the radiologist will be responsible for?
सर ऑब्वियसली इस चीज के लिए तो रेडियोलॉजिस्ट ही रिस्पॉन्सिबल होंगे क्योंकि एआई तो एक हमें एक हेल्पिंग टूल और सेकंड रीडर के तौर पर हम उससे हेल्प ले सकते हैं लेकिन ये तो इन फ्यूचर पॉसिबल नहीं है कि हम अपना टोटली जो डायग्नोसिस है अपनी फाइंडिंग्स जो है ना वो हम एआई पे छोड़ दें तो ऑब्वियसली इस चीज के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल तो रेडियोलॉजिस्ट ही होंगे
बिल्कुल सही तो आपकी बात ये बिल्कुल प्रूवन है कि ये एक असिस्टिव टूल है असल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो फिर रेडियोलॉजिस्ट की है अनलेस के कोई बहुत बेहतर वर्जन्स आ जाएं या बेहतर चीजें आ जाएं तो डिपेंड कर सकते हैं।
Yes,
जी, any question from the audience, please?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Amna Rehan here.
जी जी
Ji, I have a few queries to be discussed. So, Dr. Anam or anyone else, even if anyone else want to answer, why you have said that a chest X-ray AI performed better in chest X-ray than skeletal X-ray. Why is it so? Why did AI perform better in chest X-ray than skeletal X-rays?
Yes, ma'am. We have concluded from this article that chest X-ray performs way better than skeletal imaging because I think chest pathologies are more obvious and radiographic patterns like pleural effusions, cardiomegaly, कंसोलिडेशन पैचेस जिनको हम ज्यादा ऑब्वियसली देख सकते हैं, तो मेरे ख्याल में इसकी यही रीजन बन सकती है कि वो वाली फाइंडिंग्स पिक करना ज्यादा इजियर है एज कम्पेयर टू द सटल या नॉन डिस्प्लेस फ्रैक्चर जो से एग्जांपल इसमें यूज हुई है उसको पिक करना ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है. सो दैट्स व्हाई चेस्ट जो पैथोलॉजीज हैं और चेस्ट इमेजिंग जो है ना, उसमें हमारे पास इस आर्टिकल के अगर हम सिर्फ इस आर्टिकल से डिस्कस करें तो चेस्ट इमेजिंग की जो है ना ज्यादा अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस है एज कम्पेयर टू द स्केलेटल इमेजिंग.
ठीक, बिल्कुल, क्योंकि इसकी फाइंडिंग ज्यादा ऑब्वियस होती है ना चेस्ट की, तो दैट्स व्हाई. And the second is you have told that the high number of the partially correct diagnosis. What is this? What is the partially correct diagnosis and the correct diagnosis? It's very confusing.
यस मैम, इसमें ये है कि अगर तो इफ एआई ने अगर बिल्कुल हमने उसको एक इमेज दिया है और उसने बिल्कुल सही उसको करेक्टली डायग्नोस कर लिया है तो उसमें तो हमने कह दिया कि इट हैड करेक्ट डायग्नोसिस. पार्शली करेक्ट का अंदर इसलिए रखा गया है क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम अगर हम एआई पे कोई भी इमेज दें तो इट गिव्स अस द मल्टीपल डिफरेंशियल डायग्नोसिस. तो मल्टीपल डिफरेंशियल डायग्नोसिस जो हमें मिलते हैं उसके अंदर ही एक करेक्ट डायग्नोसिस होता है. तो उस वजह से हमने कह दिया कि उसने हमें एक लाइन की तरफ तो डायरेक्ट कर दिया है. तो इस वजह से हम इसको कंसीडर इस स्टडी में हमने इस चीज को भी कंसीडर कर लिया है कि एआई इज नॉट टोटली रॉन्ग इन दिस सिनेरियो. तो पार्शली करेक्ट को भी हमने इसमें कंसीडर किया है कि उसने हमें डायग्नोसिस मल्टीपल डिफरेंशियल्स दे दिए, उसमें से हम अपना मतलब उसने हमें हेल्प आउट कर दिया है कि फर्दर
बट इट कैन नॉट कंक्लूड.
यस मैम,
नॉट कंक्लूड.
यस मैम.
Very nice presentation.
Thank you.
Or would you like to trust AI with your own patients? Should we trust AI with our own patients?
Not really, because in real world experience we have a lot of more information than a simple image. कि हमें यहाँ पे mostly अगर हम patient के साथ हमारे पास clinical history है, lab investigations हैं, उनके साथ हम further जो है ना correlate कर सकते हैं. So I would use it like as a second reader, not a primary diagnostic tool के और final confirmation तो it would be always be a consultant radiologist.
Exactly.
मैं depend करूँगी not totally on AI.
Exactly. Very good, very nice presentation.
Dr. Anam,
inshallah next week
Dr. Anam,
we will come.
यहाँ पे हमारे रेजिडेंट्स भी हैं तो उनके लिए मैं आपसे एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन करूंगा.
Yes,
आप
sir.
इसको बेहतर एक्सप्लेन करें.
Yes, sir.
In which areas will AI have the better impact? कौन से एरियाज हैं जिनमें हम AI पे डिपेंड कर सकते हैं या उसमें उसका बेटर इम्पैक्ट हो सकता है?
सर हम अगर सिर्फ और सिर्फ इस आर्टिकल की बात करें तो उसमें हम उन पे हम कर सकते हैं कि जो एक ऑब्वियस पैथोलॉजीज हैं, जो अगर कोई ऑब्वियस पैथोलॉजीज हैं उसमें तो वो हमें इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड कर सकता है. लेकिन अगर हम कहें कि हम टोटली इस पे डिपेंड कर लेंगे तो वो तो पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है. जैसे उन्होंने कहा कि जो कन्वोल्यूशनल न्यूरल नेटवर्क CNNs हैं, जो न्यूरोलॉजी से न्यूरो डिजेनरेटिव डिसऑर्डर्स हैं या कोई टोटल विजुअल पैटर्न्स हैं उसमें जैसे आगे पेट इमेजिंग वगैरह, उनमें तो हम जो कैंसर प्राइमरी लंग नोड्यूल्स हैं उन पे डायग्नोस अगर एआई हमें जो है ना बेटर परफॉर्म कर सकता है उसमें.
बिल्कुल ठीक है.
I want to add कि AI जो है ना it can help in to triage the cases.
Yes.
Exactly. आप इसको इस तरह
जो
भी कह सकते हैं
हमारे केसेस करने होंगे वो प्रायर ले आएगा that need to be reported earlier.
इसको आप इस तरह भी कह सकते हैं हमारे जो
pulmonary embolism, pneumothorax
बैठे हुए हैं ना, उनके लिए हम ये भी कह सकते हैं कि इन स्क्रीनिंग प्रोग्राम लाइक मैमोग्राफी, लंग नोड्यूल्स या इमरजेंसी इमेजिंग जैसा स्ट्रोक है या ट्रॉमा है, इनमें रिलेटिवली उसकी बेहतर इम्पैक्ट हो सकता है. लेकिन रेडियोलॉजिस्ट का रोल तो कहीं भी आप रिप्लेस नहीं कर सकते.
Exactly. Yes, sir. सर बिल्कुल सही.
क्योंकि AI lacks clinical judgment,
Yes, sir.
contextual understanding और patient interaction नहीं है ना उसका, वो उसके पास नहीं है जो हमारे पास है, जो
Yes.
रेडियोलॉजिस्ट के पास. सो
Yes.
मैं इसको अगर ये कह सकते हैं कि द फ्यूचर इज नॉट AI वर्सेस रेडियोलॉजिस्ट बट AI विद रेडियोलॉजिस्ट,
Yes, sir.
राइट?
AI in collaboration with radiologist.
एग्जैक्टली. बहुत जबरदस्ती माशाल्लाह, आपकी बहुत अच्छी
Thank you, sir.
presentation थी. आई रियली अप्रिशिएट एंड थैंक यू ऑल the participants. This was a very important and interesting topic. और इंशाल्लाह डॉक्टर आमना इसको कंटिन्यू रखना है हमने.
जी इंशाल्लाह जरूर.
Thank you, the Faisalabad Radiology Department. I really appreciate your efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Dear participants, I would like to thank you all for time and attention and your valuable contributions to today's Journal Club. I would like you to look forward towards more such activities, inshallah. Thank you, Dr. Ihtisham. Thank you, Dr. Khwaja Rashid, and thank you, Dr. Asim.
All
Thank
the
you,
best. Take care.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. Inshallah, we will see you all on next Monday.
Inshallah. Allah Hafiz.
Inshallah.